Okay, so I forget what video it was. You know what I mean? But something I've said in the past, I'll bring it up again. I said the plan is they're going to restock the depleted uh, police forces, military forces from the Corona Purge with, how do I put this? Sub-Saharan IQ foreigners who barely speak our language, right? Now these guys speak English, right? But they do have heavy accents. All right, and I want you to recognize what's happening right now. Like my generation, everyone after my generation, probably people in the 30s, right? We are raised with an ideology, right? That um, the police are servants of the people. Okay, the people coming from another country, uh, they're raised. They don't have an ideology. They just see the uniform as power, right? And they're just trying to secure their territory, like an African warlord. Uh, except except they're not. It's like not even like it's just how they run things. It's just like I have the uniform. I'm in power now, right? And because they have power, they decide what is true. Is how they feel, right? There's no objective truth. There's no lawful. There's no system of operations. If you're going to wear a uniform, they're just treating it like an article of power. Okay, the police at this point need to be disarmed, and the people need to be armed. We'll still put them in uniforms. They're still doing the normal job, but at all times they have no weapons, and everyone around them does, right? Because that's the only way these guys are going to learn or self-select out, right? But if we're gonna forgive cops for shooting dudes who are just assholes, no matter what the news says, we ought to forgive people for just shooting cops who are just assholes, no matter what the news says, right? Regardless of how white or black they are. Like these guys are very obviously not white, not American, and yet they're in uniform, right? Not only are they in uniform, they're engaged in the violation of the Constitution and the fucking natural rights of man and a ton of other stuff, right? And this young kid may or this kid doesn't realize he knows his rights. He's been trained. He thinks he's going to go to the judge and do that. And if he's part of the old boys club who runs the town, yes, that's what happen. But if he's an out of towner, that's not what's going to happen. If he's an out of towner, what they're going to do is they're going to find a way to make him guilty of anything, to put him in prison for revenue because has no one keep track of him, right? Now, so we're just going to watch this clip real quick so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? And I may or may not pause it. We might try to, but we're just going to watch it. This dude's changing his tire, right? That's the ultimate thing. The dude's just changing his tire.
What is going on? All right, hey, stop. Stop. Put your hands behind that.
Immediately put his hands on him. Immediately. Didn't even ask. Didn't wait. Dude's obviously not armed. He's obviously young. Like, the odds of this man being armed are really low. The odds that this guy's gonna be like
Excuse me? Put your hands. Do you work for parking?
his tires.
Do you work for parking?
I don't work for parking.
Okay, so what's going on with that?
Huh?
What's going on with that?
Well, I need you to tell me what you're doing to me right now.
Okay, what are you doing?
Get your hands off me first, please.
The kid just said, "I'm changing my tire." Right? Kid should change my. I'm changing my tire. So that's a fuck up on his part. But this is definitely an overreaction by the police officers.
Go ahead and step it up. Hey, stop. Hey. Go ahead. Hey. Put your hands behind your back.
See, he's not really resisting. He's just surprised. Like he hasn't. He's like he thinks the cops should know better than this, and he's right. Any police officer in uniform should have some amount of intelligence. But the reality situation, any person can get a police uniform costume off the internet, right? So we gotta all start paying attention to how this works. It used to be police uniforms, like, they were relatively difficult to come by. You had to get like from surplus stores or whatever. And so just the fact that the organization of the police officer had a tight control on the creation of the uniforms made it easier, or made incidences of people dressed as police who are not really police much less common. But now anyone can fucking do it in reality. Now the fact this is on a video means two things. One, okay, who is at the War Room 1776? Well, how'd he get that video? Maybe these are nice African gentlemen who actually get it and understand what's happening, and now they're trying to collude with these guys, get a revolution. Like, it gets complicated. You know what I mean? But it's a body cam footage. So probably what happened is he just got off a body cam. But hey, anyone can have a body cam these days.
I am. Pull your hands behind your back. 14, copy 5. Put your hands behind.
When I tell you to do something, you do it, okay? No.
Oh, wait. I don't think it's fake anymore. Here's accent. And they released the body cam footage, which means they probably did get sued.
No, that's not how that works. No.
That's how
Actually, it is. That's called a lawful order.
That's not a lawful order. A lawful order is an order that obeys the Constitution. Right? I.e., you're like your order is to preserve natural flourishing. Right? It's about the Bill of Rights, natural law, lawful, natural law, Bill of Rights, Constitution. Right? A lawful order is something that is working behind the concepts of the Bill of Rights. Right? Is the order is given in good intention to preserve the overall flourishing of the entire society. Not so you can figure out a way to get this guy into some kind of court system so you can get a paycheck. Because that doesn't preserve the natural order of the entire system. It just preserves your fucking paycheck.
Go ahead. I know my rights.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro.
That's why you're in cuffs. Hey, pay building. So right now,
Now what that explains is you don't have any rights.
you're taking that from the booth then? That's theft, right?
I don't know what you're saying.
No, it's not theft because it's his fucking car. He's changed the tire.
What are you saying?
Okay, so when I told you to put your...
And he's just confused because it's so literally obvious that he's changing his own tire in the parking lot of the fucking college he goes to. So he's really confused right now. How am I in cuffs? How am I in cuffs?
hands behind your back. You didn't listen.
Yeah, man, you were grabbing me. I know what you...
So these guys are trained to believe, they come from a culture where there's things called, there's a class of humans, right, who, how do I put this, have been traumatized, right? And so, like, they're used to having, like, when they see one that's not doing what it's supposed to, it's like a bad drone, and it's got to get punished, right? And so their whole cultural conception of justice and what's right and what's wrong and what a uniform represents is off.
No, I gave you lawful order before I even grabbed you.
I'll give you a lot. Okay, the fact that he can't even pronounce the word lawful order should tell you it probably wasn't a lawful order.
What's that? What the f does that mean? Lawful
Okay.
order?
When an officer tells you, put your hands behind your back, you go ahead and do that.
You grabbed me before I did that. I was
I'm watching this.
Told you, put your hands. Nope. I mean, everything is.
Okay, well, everything is recorded, and that is what happened.
You gotta lie right now, bro?
Okay.
Yeah, and the cops are literally lying to the people that have like.
Okay, you got.
Well, I'm charging you with obstruction. Okay. I'm charging you with obstruction. Yep. You go to you go. Yeah, I'm going for it. You go to UC.
Perfect. Let's go.
You go to UC.
I ain't gotta answer.
Okay. Hey.
That was a good job of that kid, but this is a huge problem because this is we have literally gangs of these now, being backed by the state, and the people in authority think they're just normal police officers like Archie Bunker because that's what they were raised on because they're all 60, and they don't understand what they actually have is a militia of colluding liars from a different country who pimp their children out on the side. And if they knew that, they'd be a little more angry about it, you know, or maybe stop, or maybe they're being who knows. The point is like, obviously, given the totality of the situation and the ready availability of the uniforms and the stocking of foreign military, not militia, foreign military in American positions by corrupted government officials, we need instead of June being Pride Month, why don't we make June mandatory open carry month? Or you get a ticket. You better have a gun on your waist or we're charging you $50.